Welcome to channel and my name is Manish Tiwari. So in this particular video we are going to talk about Linux interview questions and we will cover 5 of the interview questions which are related to the Linux, and these are real scenario based questions which interviewer used to ask to you during the interview. And this video will be relevant for the person who are joining the DevOps or joining the cloud engineer role or any of the roles which involves your technical things like your development or the DevOps or the cloud related thing, where you will be working with the Linux system or the networking systems as well, correct? So let's get started with that. So our first question is, describe how would you approach resolving a disk full error on a Linux system, where you can see this particular error. You can see this particular error on your nodes, that means on your servers. If you talk about AWS cloud, it might be your AWS AWS EC2 instances. It might be your Jenkins pipeline which are running. Your Jenkins pipeline can have this issue, disk pull. In my last organization, I used to get so many errors related to this disk pull, and we used to fix it. So the answer to this particular question is, identify the disk usage, use the df command to check overall disk space, and du-sh star so that you can get the complete details, like on whatever the path you are running this particular command, you will see that how much disk is left, correct, and how much it has been utilized. So all those necessary details you can check and you can troubleshoot accordingly. You can locate unnecessary files. Use commands like find to locate old or unnecessary files. That means you might be creating some of the files in your temp directory, correct, .tmp, or you might be having some of the logs file which needs to be deleted, and that has not been archived, that has not been deleted. So you can find those files with the help of find command, and you can delete those, correct. You can clear the cache and temporary files. You can evaluate the logs file, like you can implement the log rotation that we talked in the second points. You can implement the log rotation, and after a certain days you can delete those files which are not relevant after certain time, correct. Then uninstall unneeded package, check for traces as well. The files which has been deleted, and these files are no longer needed on the server, these files can be cleaned up from the server itself, correct. So that you can check, or if there is a need of expanding your disk, that also you can see and you can work on that, correct. So there are 8 points on using that you can answer this disk full error resolution part, correct. Let's move to the second question. Explain the steps you would take to troubleshoot a network connectivity issue on a Linux server. That means if you are trying to hit something and that particular thing is not working, it might be a DNS or any of the IP address resolution kind of thing, correct. So how will you troubleshoot this network connectivity? For that, you will go with the if config command or IP address command, which will result you to IP address, correct. That you can do. You can go with ns lookup command as well. That will give you the where this particular DNS is getting resolved, correct. Like if you are using abc.com, so abc.com, when you hit on which IP address, on which worker nodes this IP address, this particular DNS is getting resolved, correct. That you can check with the IP address. You can use the telnet as well. You can check for the internet protocol address as well, whether that is up or not. You can use this route-n or IP route command as well to inspect. Then if you are working with any of the cloud, you can check for the security group. You can check for the NSL if we are talking about the AWS. So you can check whether the rules are allowed in that particular setting or not, correct. It might be your NSCI which is blocking your traffic on subnet level. It might be security group which is blocking your traffic at EC2 instance level, correct. So that you can check and you can verify. Even you can check for the proxy, like you are working with the organization and that organization has some of the proxy, and then you are trying to install something on your server, so it might not enable you to resolve that, correct, to install that. So for that you will have to set that particular proxy which your organization has, and then if you enable this proxy and run the commands, that command will start working. So you can go with that as well. Lastly, you can review the where log file where you can see if there are particular issues or not. So log file you can check, and then you can go with. So there are 8 pointers for that as well. You can troubleshoot a network connectivity. Moving forward to the third question, on Linux, how can you check the status of a service and restart if it is not running? So you can use this systemctl command to check the status of service, like if you have installed Jenkins, you have installed Docker, or any service you have installed and running, correct, on your server. So you can use this systemctl status service name. You can use the systemctl enable to make it as a service. You can next use the restart command to sorry, you can use the restart command to start the service, and that will start working fine. Then you can again check the status of that particular service whether it is working fine or not, correct. And then you can use the systemctl enable service name as well. So I hope you know the things. If you are not aware, you can go with these commands, correct. Next question is, what could be the reasons for a sudden increase in central processing unit, that means CPU, on a Linux server, and how would you identify the culprit process? So a sudden spike in CPU utilization on a Linux server could have multiple causes. For example, it might be due to a rogue process, consuming excessive resources, a poorly optimized script, correct. So how can you troubleshoot? You can read through this. So how can you troubleshoot this particular issue related to the CPU? You can use top command or a stop commands, which will give you the complete details of stats, correct? Like what are all the processes which are running, how much CPU it is consuming, how much memory is left, how much disk, and other things, correct. So we can use the top command or a stop command. For processes which are running, you can use the run ps command, which will show you that what are all processes are running, what is the process ID, and if you need to kill any processes which are running but that is of no use, so you can use the kill command to kill those processes as well. You can use kill -9 and other commands related to the kill to discontinue your processes, correct. And with the help of that, you can check and you can troubleshoot that. Then fifth question is, what Linux commands should you use to diagnose a slow server response time? That means your server is responding very slow. What might be the reasons? The first point, monitor system resources. That means use again the same top or stop commands. What might be the issue? That your CPU is getting utilized heavily, or your memory is full, correct. It's 80% or 90% consumed, so your server will start responding very slow, correct. It will not process whatever the request you are making. It might take a longer time than the usual to process those requests, correct. So that you can check, monitor system resources. Second, analyze your disk input or output IO, like how the system is performing. Then you can check for the network, if top or nethogs command, ns lookups, and all that. Check server load. Use uptime to review the server load and compare it with the number of available CPU cores. Evaluate running processes. The same. Use PS with proper flags. Review your logs. So these are the hints and these are the questions with the help of these commands, like we talked df command, do-sh, then we talked about find commands, then we talked about your ps command, we talked about ifconfig, ip address, ns lookup, route-n, then we talked about security group, nscl. We also talked about the systemctl command. So with the help of all these commands, you can analyze and you can troubleshoot your Linux related problems. So in this particular video part 1, I wanted to talk about this much only. In the next video, we will be talking about other Linux related interview questions, and further moving forward, we will talk about few bash scripting questions as well. Till the time, stay tuned with the channel and subscribe to the channel for more technical contents. Till the time, thank you. Bye bye.